the Sooners will start on their 25.
So much emphasis this year going to be on Spencer Rattler and what he's able to do. How about the quick release? Ball just jumps out of his hand as quick release as anybody in college football. Outside the pocket, on the move, as accurate as anyone you will find. And one thing people don't talk about enough, his ability to work through his progressions naturally, works his eyes to find the open receiver. So much to like about Spencer Rattler heading into the sophomore campaign.
Heisman favorite, preseason first-team All-American and preseason Big 12 Player of the Year. He'll throw it on the first play and dumping it off out of the backfield. No gain on the play. Good tackle by Nick Anderson on Eric Gray, the transfer from Tennessee. I thought in talking, Dusty, with Rattler the other day, the thing that stood out to me the most was when he said of all the accomplishments, the thing that's meant the most to me, being named captain by my teammates.
No question. That spoke volumes to me about the maturation process and where he is as a leader of this football team.
Rattler will throw it again here on second down. Has time and throws into triple coverage. And it's intercepted. Picked off at the up and only threw 2 picks the final 8 games of the season. Pratt taking a shot here on the first play for Tulane, and what a grab on the back shoulder. Y.G. Booker with the catch down to the 30-yard line of OU.
Outstanding job by Pratt, just putting the ball up in the air and allowing his receiver to go up and make a play. Body control and adjustment in the air. What a start for the Green Wave.
And at 25. Last year, a true freshman, threw 20 touchdown passes. He led the country in touchdown passes by a true frosh. Named the starter week 4 of 2020. Only been playing football for 5 years. Was homeschooled until 9th grade. Flag is down, another strike by Pratt. Pulled in by true freshman Shea Wyatt. See what the flag's about. If it stands, it'll be a gain of about 12. But it looks like it's coming back. Michael Vanderveld, our referee today.
Ineligible player downfield, number 80. Offense, 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
In talking with the coaches this week, they said last year Pratt was the leader of the offense. This year, he's the leader of the team.
No question. He was kind of just feeling and finding his way. Last year stepped in and did such a quality job leading this football team on the field. Now he's leading them in every facet. Willie Fritz really impressed with the maturation he's seen from his young quarterback.
And Fritz has won wherever he's been, now in his 6th year with the Green Wave. Play action for Pratt and throws a dart to Wyatt. Wyatt able to break a tackle and finally pushed out of bounds by Woody Washington. But they get a big chunk of it back after the penalty, a gain of 9 on 1st and 15.
I'll tell you what, Dusty, I love the aggressiveness right here of Tulane. Listen, you're displaced, you're playing a home game on the road, you come out firing, the quarterback's been accurate. I think the number one thing Tulane needs here is confidence, and boy, are they building it.
No question, Tom. Pratt just playing with supreme confidence, off to a hot start here early.
Pratt over the middle, it's dropped right through the hands of Wyatt, who Pratt has targeted 3 times already. It's 3rd down and 5.
Run pass option concept, dart on the slant to the true freshman Wyatt. A ball that he needs to come down with. Once again, we're seeing Michael Pratt, as good as he was as a true freshman, so much improved here already in this opening series.
And to beat a team like Oklahoma, you can't have drops, you can't have penalties, you can't have mental errors. They get the interception. Are they going to have to settle for a field goal try? Let's see what happens on 3rd down as Pratt keeps it and picks up the first down. Took a shot from Billy Bowman, but still able to pick up 6 yards and move the chains into the red zone.
Really nice read there. Isaiah Thomas comes inside. Michael Pratt reads that. He keeps it, and he gets just enough to move the sticks. Quality choice by Michael Pratt to call his own number and pick up enough to move the chains.
Tulane has never beaten a top 5 team. The last time they beat a top 10 team was 1973 against LSU. Pratt to the air again with time and overthrows the intended target, Fat Watts. So it's 2nd down.
That's the other element of Michael Pratt, Tom, as we watched him on tape together yesterday. Sure, he can throw the football, but clearly a weapon with his legs on the ground.
There's no doubt that this run offense with the quarterback's involvement is a big part of new offensive coordinator Chip Long's offense. He wants Oklahoma have to be prepared for quarterback run because it gives Tulane a numbers advantage on offense.
Long was at Tennessee last year, Notre Dame before that for 3 years. Pratt dumping it off here out of the backfield, and a nice move by Tolles. He's got the first down inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal for Tulane.
With everything Chip Long dialing up, working, just a screen in the boundary and a nice cut as he outruns the Oklahoma pursuit to the football.
Tulane trying to catch Oklahoma offside. Pratt keeping it here and shows some toughness again against that big front of Oklahoma. Josh Ellison trips up Pratt, but a gain of about 3.
This Oklahoma defense that we came in praising so high, they're getting punched right in the mouth. You can see a little bit of fatigue already setting in, trying to shuffle guys in and out. And Tulane right there taking advantage, getting up to the football quickly and snapping it really before Oklahoma was ready.
We haven't seen Cameron Carroll get a touch yet. He had 12 touchdowns last year, leading the American Conference. And Pratt gonna throw it to him wide open. He walks in for the touchdown. So right up through with the stress that everybody has undergone as the extra point slips inside that left upright. It's good. How would the Green Wave? We'll see how Rattler bounces back. And this will be a touchback, and we'll come out to the 25 for OU. Coaching staff, and a good defensive play on Gray. He's going to lose a yard, wrapped up by Jeffrey Johnson, making his 32nd career start. Might be their best player on the defensive line.
He's big, he's the leader of this group, and he's extremely difficult to block one-on-one. And as they try to replace Creed Humphrey on the interior of that Oklahoma offensive line, did not take long for Jeffrey Johnson to take advantage and get a nice tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
Right, you get Robert Conjal starting at center, the transfer from Arizona, but he's not supposed to be the starter. That's supposed to be Andrew Raym. Raym's been dealing with some health issues. Rattler throwing here, got a man wide open, it's caught, and then bouncing off a tackler, but stumbling is Hazelwood, still out to the 48-yard line for a gain of 24.
Well, this is a good sign for Oklahoma. Jaden Hazelwood, the former #1 wide receiver a few years ago, he never quite looked himself last year after an ACL injury. Nice job adjusting to the football and picking up yards after the catch.
Quick throw here to true freshman Mario Williams, and picks up about 4 before running out of bounds. Williams out of Tampa, Florida. They have a ton of depth at that receiver position, including some great young talent, led by Marvin Mims, a sophomore, who had 9 touchdowns last year. Hazelwood, a sophomore as well.
Dusty, good to see Jaden Hazelwood not wearing a knee brace for the first time in over 15 months.
Rattler off play action on the rollout and pulled in by Hall for a first down at the 37 of Tulane. A gain of 12 as Hall was running free in the Tulane secondary.
That's really when Rattler's at his best. On the move, off platform, accurate throw to his H-back tight end.
Pitch to Gray, trying to find some running room off that right side, making defenders miss. Excellent run by Eric Gray, the newcomer of the year preseason in the Big 12. He was at Tennessee the last couple years. Rushed for a combined 1,300 yards there.
Such a big addition in the offseason. I had a Tennessee game last year. I thought Eric Gray was the best player on the roster. Excellent vision and a space player who's going to add a lot catching the football out of the backfield for this Sooners offense.
You got Gray and Kennedy Brooks, who opted out of last year. Those are the only 2 scholarship running backs that you'll see today. They do have a couple of walk-ons. Rattler, another quick throw to the flat. Michael Woods on the run, trying to tiptoe the sideline. He ends up falling out of bounds, stepping out at the 14-yard line, but it's a first down for the grad transfer from Arkansas.
You know what I love? Marvin Mims, a great pass catcher. Watch him block on the perimeter, get just enough of the defender to spring Woods to the sidelines, and a big gain, putting Oklahoma in the red zone on their second possession.
Dusty, this is how Oklahoma gets you tired. This is how they get Tulane's tongues dragging. Lateral movement in the passing game.
Some movement, Tom, on the right side of the offensive line for the Sooners. It'll push him back outside the 20.
False start, number 56, Offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
It's on Chris Murray, senior right guard. The first full college football Saturday of the 2021 season. Got some great games throughout the day on ABC and ESPN. Concluding tonight with Georgia Clemson. You got ABC, Sunday Night Football, Notre Dame, Florida State, Monday Night Football, ESPN, Louisville, and Ole Miss.
What a slate of college football, Patch. Man.
No Lane Kiffin, though, for Ole Miss. Tested positive for COVID. He won't coach that game. Rattler hits Williams again, out in space inside the 15, and dragged out of bounds by Kennedy at the 11-yard line. So pick up about 4 there.
Mario Williams going to have a chance to be one of the breakout players in all of college football. And I know, Tom, you love what Mario Williams brings to this team.
He's a combination of Brian Broyles and Hollywood Brown. And he's one of those players that can take the top off the defense, but also catch what you just saw a little bubble screen, take it 20, 40, even 80 yards. He is so exciting. So many things you can do in this offense with him.
Kennedy Brooks in the game at running back, but Rattler to throw, and now steps up and takes off. Rattler inside the 10, and down he goes at the 7. Gain of 4 for Rattler, who did rush for 6 touchdowns a year ago. It's a big third down here. Third down at about 3.
Playbook wide open for Lincoln Riley. 3rd and 3. Run, pass, everything open at his disposal. Kennedy Brooks a little bit bigger running back in the game as opposed to Eric Gray.
And a penalty marker down. So another false start here inside the red zone.
False start, number 56. Offense, 5-yard penalty, still third down.
Man, that's 2 on Murray here. That'll make it 3rd and 8.
I'm sure you, Bill Beatonbow, offensive line coach, one of the best in college football, not going to be happy about that.
So 3rd down and 8. They're going to flex Brooks out here and go empty. Rattler trying to bounce back after the pick to start the game. He's in trouble here. Flushed out of the pocket, but has a receiver. Caught for a first down inside the 5. Short of the end zone is Brian Darby, but it will be a fresh set of downs for the Sooners here at the 3-yard line.
Spencer Rattler moving to his right is as comfortable as he's going to get on a football field. Big 3rd and 8 conversion, and Brian Darby, a big hit after the catch, holds on to it, a crucial first down to keep this drive alive.
Seen a handful of different receivers make catches here on the 2nd possession for the Sooners. Rattler under center here on 1st and goal. Gives it to Gray, and he's cut down. Did he get the ball across? He did not. They roll him down at the 1. It'll be 2nd and goal from there. Boy, I thought he's
close.
Yeah, it's over.
I think they're going to have to take a look at this.
That's a touchdown.
Nice job after the contact. The 2nd effort by Eric Gray. The forward lead and extending the football over the front plane of that goal line.
I'm surprised they haven't stopped it upstairs. Rattler on 2nd and goal. Keeps it here. Plows his way close to the goal line. Still no signal. Now we have a touchdown. Touchdown Spencer Rattler on the 2nd drive.
Well, that's the response you want to see from this Oklahoma offense. Obviously a slow start with an interception on the 2nd play. Tulane goes right down the field, scores a touchdown, and that's the answer Lincoln Riley's looking for from his team.
We talked a lot about Rattler and that defense, but Oklahoma, in terms of their special teams, as good as anybody in college football as well. They have a transfer punter, Michael Turk from Arizona State, a 2-time first-team All-Pac-12, and they have one of the best place kickers in college football in Gabe Burkich. Made 4 50-yard field goals a year ago. He's never missed an extra point. So another weapon for the Sooners as they look here. I don't know how, though, you can overturn this. You can't see the ball. You can't even see Rattler. I mean, that's the goal line there. He's over the goal line, so. No reason to spend more time reviewing that. More movement by Oklahoma.
You just hate to see this, guys, and it's week one stuff, right? Sloppy stuff, preventable
False start,
stuff.
number 70. Kicking team, 5-yard penalty.
These are the things, Tom, that'll drive a coach absolutely crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Things that you can control, procedure penalties. Definitely want to see that cleaned up throughout the course of this game.
Right, so 3 false starts here in the first quarter already. Really in the last 3 minutes by Oklahoma. And Burkic nails it, ties the game at 7 at the 6-minute mark of the opening quarter here in Norman.
To throw this together here early on in the week to make this game happen.
And next week's game, Tulane will have to play in Birmingham. This is going to be a touchback. Green Wave will start on the 25. Say hello to Kevin Nagandi in the studio. Yeah. Pratt to throw it here. And stands in there strong and completes it for a first down out to the 38-yard line to his tight end, Will Wallace.
Well, it's good protection by the offensive line first and foremost. And as you mentioned, Dave, Michael Pratt right in the pocket locates his open tight end.
They fake the end around. Time for Pratt. Got a wide open man inside the 30-yard line. Down to the 20 is Tyrick James. How about the offense, the execution, the design early on for this Green Wave team?
Outstanding play design. And you see the tight end Tyrick James working there just as a wing, unaccounted for, unidentified, a bust. Michael Pratt locates his wide open tight end for a huge play.
44 yards. Now they run it here. Carroll off the left edge. Fights down to about the 15-yard line. A gain of about 4 on the play, 2nd down and 6.
Dusty, I tell you what I've been so impressed with is the execution and the preparedness of this Tulane team. We can talk all we want about a hurricane, about being displaced in Birmingham. Clearly, this galvanized this football team to focus on one thing and one thing only, and that's executing the game plan.
Here's a jet sweep to Tolles. And he breaks a tackle at the 10. Another one at the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown, Tulane.
Wow. This Tulane offense under Chip Long. Now, he coached the bowl game last year, but his first real game to implement his scheme, his style, what he expects from this offense. How can you not be blown away with what we've seen here? A lot of motion, and it was motion once again. Good blocking on the perimeter, and Tolles would not be denied as he takes it in for the 2nd score here early in this first quarter.
And it's the ease with which they move down the field. 1 minute and 15 seconds, 4 plays, 75 yards. Good thing we talked about how good Oklahoma's defense was in the first part of the telecast. I would have given them 14 points in the first 10 minutes of the season.
And as you said, making it look easy on the Tulane offense. Big play down the field. The Tyrick James, and how about Tolles capping it off? And the Tulane Green Wave alive and well here in Norman. Force here early.
Another deep kick, so it will come on to the 25 for the first 10 minutes of this game. Rattler off play action. His pass is caught, and then after the juggle, caught again by Marvin Mims, their best receiver, out to the 48-yard line, a pickup of 23.
Here's that quick release on display. Ball just jumps out of the hand of Spencer Rattler, a wide open Marvin Mims. Good concentration after the bobble to come down and complete the catch.
Mims had 37 catches a year ago, originally committed to Stanford. National Honor Society student. Wide receiver screen. Hazelwood, and a good stick at the 49-yard line. Angelo Anderson with the hit. Gain of a couple.
You know, Dusty, you don't win as many football games as Willie Fritz has at Tulane without having a plan, without knowing what you're doing, without having your teams prepared. This is a team that doesn't turn the ball over. They know what they are on defense. They know what they are on offense. And they look like they've played 3 games today.
They're going to get a free play here offside. Rattler going to take a deep shot here into traffic. Mims on the catch. He's free at the 10-yard line, heading for the end zone. It's a touchdown for Mims. That should stand. It'll be a 51-yard score by Mims.
Well, that did not take long for Spencer Rattler and Marvin Mims to answer the Tulane Green Wave.
46 seconds to be exact.
A little bit of a conversation over there in the end zone, but I'm with you, Dave. I think they're going to take a look at this and realize this is 6 for number 17.
Ruling on the field is a touchdown. Offside, number 77. Defense. That penalty is declined. Touchdown, Oklahoma.
Marvin Mims had 9 touchdown catches a year ago.
This is outstanding protection from the Oklahoma offensive line. Look at the adjustment by Marvin Mims. Pass thrown away from the defender. He adjusts to the football, and you see what he's able to do with the ball in his hands after the catch. As he fights, scratches, and claws, and finds his way into the end zone. Nice start for the sophomore after a phenomenal freshman campaign.
I don't know, was his knee down there and the ball short of the goal line? It didn't appear, hard to tell there. Did he step out? Looked like maybe that foot still off the ground. They're looking at this upstairs.
Is under further review.
Again, initially we thought he was in, and then as we slowed it down for you, there's some question as to whether the knee was down before the ball crossed or hit the pylon, and whether that foot, that left foot, the outside foot, stepped out of bounds. I think he's in. You agree?
I do. We'll see. Take a look at the side here, because you were right. Looks like that left foot. Where does the left foot come out? Left foot, is it out there? The left foot's out there. It's before the ball crosses the goal line.
But can you see it?
And they have to sink it up. Yeah. Where is the left foot? And where is that football, and that left foot goes out of bounds?
And again, has to be indisputable video evidence beyond all doubt. I know that folks have been waiting for us to say that for 9 months.
No doubt.
And you'll hear it a lot over the next 4.
You almost have to piece it together, Dave, right? You have to take a look at from the back when that foot touches, and then go back and piece it from the side, because there's not a great view as to where that foot's out there.
And the knee, too. What about the knee? Again, it seems like I don't think you have enough to overturn
That's
it, even if you piece it together. But
I got to be honest with you, Pards. I think the foot's out before the ball crosses the goal line.
But can you see it? Is it enough?
That's the point. And it was a touchdown on the field.
Right, it was the knee, too. That left knee, hard to tell if that's still off the ground, but because the ruling on the field is a touchdown, seems that it would be difficult to overturn it, although there was a play on the last drive that looked like there should have been a review, because it appeared that there was a touchdown, but the running back was ruled short, and they didn't review it.
So those are at the exact same time, Dave. Those are synced up perfectly. Great job by our camera crew, our guys in the truck, getting all the pictures.
So that's his left foot, and he's out.
Yeah, I think he's going to be short of the goal line.
After reviewing the play, the runner is out of bounds short of the goal line. The ball will be placed at the 1-yard line. It's 1st and goal, Oklahoma.
That's really well done by our truck and by the officials, piecing that together and coming up with the right call.
Bill Scott, the replay official, and they got it right. So it'll be 1st and goal from the 1. Still a 50-yard catch and run by Marvin Mims. See if that goal line defense can step up for Tulane. They're well rested now. It is over 100 degrees down in the field.
Kennedy Brooks time.
And it will be Brooks up the gut, and he stopped. Good job up front. Kevin Henry was there first for the Green Wave. It'll be 2nd and goal.
This will be one of the questions in this football game and really throughout the course of the season for Oklahoma. Not much depth at running back with only 2 scholarship running backs. And that offensive line that is really trying to round into shape. Can Oklahoma establish a line of scrimmage and be dominant in the run game? Stone there on first down by the Tulane front. That's the true freshman, Caleb Williams, very mobile.
Right, coming in here at quarterback. Williams going to keep it, and on his first collegiate play, he's into the end zone for the touchdown. We knew we'd see Caleb Williams at some point in this game. He comes in here on the goal line. And the freshman from Washington, D.C. takes it home. His high school team didn't play last year because of COVID, so that's his first touchdown in 2 years.
Well, he's the #1 dual-threat quarterback coming in for a reason. So much to like about Caleb Williams, from leadership, his mobility, and his ability to throw the football. And now a wrinkle for Lincoln Riley to throw at defensive coordinators all across the country.
And Burkich puts it through to tie the game at 14.
He left in extremely good hands with Caleb Williams.
Big time.
Let's go over the head of Johnson for a touchback. Let's go to Kevin in the studio. Third possession for Tulane. The Green Wave has scored on each of its first 2 drives against this Oklahoma defense. On the carry, nowhere to go. Ty.J. Spears dropped by Josh Ellison, maybe a gain of 1.
Josh Ellison's had just a phenomenal fall camp. Coaches raving about him. He's been consistent, think he can really take his game to the next level. You saw the blitzing linebacker there with Brian Asamoah, and then the penetration from Josh Ellison, attacking aggressive front. That's what we've grown accustomed to seeing from Alex Grinch now in his 3rd season.
And they're going to run it again here with Spears, and he's got some room off that right side, and he picks up a first down. How about the push up front by that offensive line, springing Ty.J. Spears for about 10 yards.
The entire right side of the offensive line, tight ends included, just mushing the Oklahoma defensive front, and a quality pickup on the outside zone from Ty.J. Spears.
Coming off ACL surgery, Spears healthy now. They have really good 1-2 punch at running back with Carroll. Scored the touchdown earlier, and Spears. We've also seen Toll score on a carry. Play action here for Pratt, setting up, throws incomplete. That's the 2nd drop. This time it's Jackson. It was Wyatt earlier. That should have been caught for a first down.
That's a good pass by Michael Pratt. You're exactly right. DJ Graham working in man-to-man coverage, and Jackson has a step on him. Pass well delivered, needs to be caught by Jackson. He had to climb a little bit to go get that, but easily a pass that should be caught. You need to help out their quarterback in these spots here, Dave.
I mean, I'm not Jerry Rice, but aren't you supposed to put your hands out like this in front of you rather than trying to catch it with your arms off the left shoulder?
Definitely want to be a hand catcher, no question.
On 2nd and 10, Spears goes nowhere. Jalen Redmond was there for the Sooners. Brian Asamoah as well. So Oklahoma starting to run to the ball a little bit more here. It'll be 3rd down and long for Tulane.
3rd and long, and this is really where Oklahoma thrived last year. #4 in all of college football in 3rd down defense, and a big reason why, their ability to pressure and get after opposing quarterbacks. We haven't even called Nick Benito's name yet, as you see in your screen, number 11, one of the premier pass rushers in all of college football.
Yeah, the preseason defensive player of the year in the Big 12. There he is off the left edge. And on the dump off, Spears tracked down and dropped for a loss by David Agwebu. 6'4", 250-pound middle linebacker. Another player they think has the potential to be special on this Oklahoma defense. And Tulane will punt for the first time.
Well, it started with the pressure from Jalen Redmond. Gets the hit on the quarterback, and then outstanding pursuit to the football. And David Agwebu, the size, 6'4", 250, a massive linebacker that can really run, getting the Sooners defense off the field for the first time here today.
Marvin Mims, who was in the top 10 in punt return average a year ago, is deep for Oklahoma with Ryan Wright to punt it. And we'll see if they run out the clock here in the first quarter. And they will. Sophomore from Phoenix, Arizona. Ryan Wright gets it away. And Mims signaling, and it's fair caught at the 16-yard line. Plenty of Rattler off play action, setting up. Over the middle, it's caught by Mims out to the 45, and a beautiful toss. A touch throw there by Rattler. And it's a gain of 29.
Play action. I love the eyes on Spencer Rattler. Works all the way to his right, snaps back to the middle of the field, locates his target.
Back here on a wide receiver screen to Williams, and a good ankle tackle at the 46-yard line by Monroe. No incompletions for Rattler since that interception that he threw on the second play from scrimmage.
You know, as we're showing those graphics, I think I'd be remiss not to point out, with all the quality quarterback play that everyone has seen in Norman, Oklahoma since Lincoln Riley showed up, not only is he the head coach, he's the offensive coordinator, but he's also the quarterback's coach, has complete control of that position room.
Going for 13 straight completions, has a ton of time, but everybody covered. Rattler going to keep it here and shoved out of bounds at the 48-yard line by Henry. Third down coming up.
You know, Dusty, you talk about all his responsibilities, and it just shows you the faith and the trust that he has in his coaching staff. If you're going to have to step away from headlining the room because you've got to address a quarterback situation or an offensive situation, that means you undeniably love your coaching staff and have the utmost faith that nothing will be left unturned.
Third down and 5 for the Sooners at their 48-yard line. Oklahoma ranks second. First time since 2011 they were this high when they were number 1 that year, and they ended up losing 3 games that season. Again, Rattler with time, but everybody covered. Takes off. Receiver comes free. It's a catch. Will they rule the first down? Let's see. It was pulled in by Darby. Forward progress, I don't think, got him to the line. And they're saying it's fourth down on the field. He's short by a yard. Keep an eye on the ball here.
It's a quality job by the defender to come up, lower the boom, and prevent Darby from getting to the sticks. Good spot by the official.
Do you like this going forward on fourth down here?
Well, I have no doubt that Lincoln Riley was going to roll the dice and go for it right here. Trust in your offense, and he's showing trust as well in his defense. I do think this is the right call at this juncture in the game.
You got Jeremiah Hall in the backfield as well. Brooks with the carry, gets it easily, and then some inside the 30-yard line. They finally get him down inside the 20. Larry Brooks on the takedown at the 18. Now there are a couple of penalty flags on the field, on the far side of the field, downfield, after that 33-yard pickup.
Gonna have some extracurriculars here, guys.
So, Luke, it's nothing during the play, you don't think?
It's during the course of the play, yes.
Personal foul, hands to the face, number 7, defense. That penalty will be enforced, half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
That's a big mistake. Lance Robinson probably hearing about it right now from Willie Fritz.
Look at this offensive line play. Kick out here, seal here, and a wide open running lane off the left side for Kennedy Brooks. Outstanding job by Anton Harrison kicking it out. Marquise Hayes sealing it off. Big hole for Kennedy Brooks to pick up a much needed first down as Lincoln Riley rolled the dice and went for it on 4th and short.
Brooks gets the carry again, able to keep his balance inside the 5, and finally thrown out of bounds at the 4-yard line by Jeffrey Johnson. Good hard run by Brooks, who had back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons in 2018 and 2019 before sitting out and opting out in 2020.
See some of the physicality and balance there on the run by Kennedy Brooks. Somebody DeMarco Murray, running backs coach, happy to have back in his room and a part of this Sooners offense.
DeMarco himself, great player here at Oklahoma. Played 7 years in the NFL. Got into coaching after a brief stint in broadcasting. 2nd and goal for the Sooners. Rattler rolling out, dumping it off to Mims. Breaks 2 tackles, tried to reach the ball out, but was short of the goal line, out of bounds inside the 1. So it'll be 3rd and goal for Oklahoma.
Like the play design, move Marvin Mims across the formation. You see Marvin Mims a little bit slippery there, tough to tackle by the Green Wave defenders, just shy of the goal line.
Already over 100 yards today. Had 50 on that one catch. Ruled a touchdown on the field. Replay overturned it. So we saw Caleb Williams in at quarterback the last time they were down here in goal line. Rattler's in there now for 3rd and goal from the 1. Rattler keeping it over the top. He's gobbled up as he tried to lunge forward and did not get it. It is 4th and goal. They just went for it on 4th down from midfield, so you'd think they'd do it again here.
Dorian Williams, Dusty, just pops Spencer Rattler right there at the top.
No doubt, meets him right at the goal line. It's a submarine from the front. They go low. Williams goes high and meets the quarterback right at the apex, and a quality stop on 3rd and inches.
Do you do it again here? You just plow forward again here with Rattler?
Yes, I think that it's the exact, I think you roll right back with it.
We have a stoppage of play. Don't know if it's a timeout called by either team or perhaps replay review, but man, live, he clearly was short. It looks like we're good to go. And reset the play clock and go. So 4th down and goal. Oklahoma trying to take the lead for the first time today.
Kennedy Brooks, a great option here as well, Dave. You've seen his physical nature of running on this possession.
And they're going out of the pistol. Now Rattler comes under center. Brooks on the carry. He's in. Touchdown. Oklahoma takes the lead.
Good forward lean, lowering the shoulder. Marvin Mooney tries to meet him at the goal line, and Kennedy Brooks will not be denied as he finds pay dirt, and a big key to that scoring drive for the Sooners.
All 3 touchdowns for Oklahoma have been on the ground. Rattler, Williams, and now Kennedy Brooks. And the Sooners early 2nd quarter lead at 20-14 with Burkich on for the point after.
Whenever Boozy calls a dance, that's the boys' dance. We're dancing. Are you talking like Kobe?
Point after is good. 7-point Sooner lead.
Well, with COVID-19 in 2020, Kennedy Brooks opted out. He's alive and well in 2021. Big 4th down conversion on the big gainer. And how about the touchdown on 4th and inches? Kennedy Brooks to the end zone, giving the Sooners their first lead of the day.
Sooners lead for the first time. They kick this one into the field of play, and then it drifts into the end zone. And Jaquan Jackson elects to run it out. Not a smart move, as he is tackled well short of the 20. Let's go to Kevin Nagandi in the studio. Here a nose tackle. That game's for you.
Heck yeah, a little throwback. Defense being played in the Big Ten today. What a great matchups in Big Ten in this week 1 of college football.
Pratt loses the ball. Benito jumps on it. A turnover by Tulane. Nick Benito beats his man and hops on the loose football.
Disaster scenario there for Willie Fritz's squad as this Oklahoma football team really starting to gain some momentum. Had their first defensive stop the previous possession. Offense goes down and scores, and now a quick takeaway on the first play. Quarterback center exchange problem, and Nick Benito out of nowhere dives in on top of the football, putting this Oklahoma offense in prime real estate just outside the 10.
And it seems like we're stating the obvious, but you turn the ball over inside your own 20 against the number 2 team in the country, and going to be awfully tough to beat an offense like the Sooners. And even if you score 40, you might need more than that. Rattler off play action on the wide receiver screen, hits Mario Williams, and a nice stick at the 10-yard line by Kennedy, who had the interception on Rattler in the first quarter.
I've seen really good pursuit to the football from this Tulane Green Wave defense. First-year defensive coordinator Chris Hampton has these guys flying around. They've been trying to spring several of these screens to Mario Williams. Well played by the Tulane defense.
Chris Hampton, first year as the D coordinator. He was at Duke last year. 2nd and 8 for Oklahoma. Play action for Rattler. And on the fade, it's broken up. Intended for Hazelwood. Jalen Monroe made the play. The Sooner crowd wants penalty marker but won't get it. 3rd down.
Well, there's pushing and shoving on both sides. I like the no call here by the official. You see Jaden Hazelwood trying to create some separation. Monroe goes up, high points the football. Personally, I like the no call, Tom.
You're right. I was standing right next to it. You know what I love even more? I look right to Lincoln Riley. He doesn't even look at the official. He's not concerned. He's not upset about the call. He's looking at his play sheet and moved on to the next play.
One guy to look for here. How about Stogner down here? Red zone target a season ago before his injury. See if Spencer Rattler looks his way.
Rattler throws back, shoulder incomplete. Going for Mario Williams. Robinson in coverage, and boy, that's a big stop after the turnover by Tulane to hold the Sooners here to 3 points.
One-on-one Mario Williams, we've talked a lot about him. Good adjustment, just unable to come down with the football. I like the ball placement away from the defender by Spencer Rattler. The true freshman Williams unable to bring it in and cap off that drive. Great stop, as you mentioned, Dave, by Chris Hampton's defense, holding this Oklahoma offense to a field goal attempt.
26-yarder for Burkich. And he's perfect, stretching the lead to 10, but Tulane will take it after the mistake. First play of that last possession. Mishandling of the football on the center QB exchange. Benito with the fumble recovery, but just 3 for OU. Sooners in Texas scheduled to depart in 4 years. Tulane's going to start this drive on the 25. The shocking tweet that went out, and then about 48 hours later, after the tweet about Oklahoma and Texas joining the SEC, there was the official announcement. Could leave as soon as 2022. How do you see this playing out? When do you think this happens?
I do not think it lasts past 2023. I just don't foresee this going on. We've seen a lot of speculation, a lot of conversation about the Big 12, the remaining 8, opening invites to 4 other universities. That's been highly talked about. It would just surprise me, Dave, if Oklahoma and Texas stay in the Big 12 the remainder of what they have on that contract.
Tulane with a turnover on the last play. Pratt in trouble, and a nice move. He fumbles it again, though, and it's recovered again by the Sooners. Josh Ellison with the looked like the forced fumble, and Clayton Smith with the recovery. Consecutive plays, consecutive turnovers.
Well, this was a massive point of emphasis from this coaching staff, ripping away at the football. And as you see Michael Pratt come loose, get in the open field, retraced by the defensive line, and it's the veteran Isaiah Thomas with that left hand over the top, knocking the ball out, forcing the second takeaway for this Oklahoma defense on as many possessions. That's going to get this coaching staff fired up and excited. That's exactly what they've been focused on. And what you work on in practice comes to reality in the game. It's a coach's dream on the field.
Clayton Smith, true freshman, with the recovery, and so Oklahoma will start this drive at the Tulane 35-yard line. Gray trying to get outside, can't. Did get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Gang tackled at the 34-yard line. Jeffrey Johnson leading the charge.
Tom, Dusty, when you look at this offensive line for Oklahoma, I think this drive in particular, it's very important for Lincoln Riley to lean on this offensive line. It's retooled. They have questions about their depth, and they've had such success on their lateral passing game, but they haven't placed any emphasis on just lining up and running right down the throat of this Tulane defense.
Big key for this game. It's a big key for this season for Oklahoma to be dominant in the run game.
Rattler to the air, over the middle. It's high and almost picked off. Macon Clark should have had the interception, which would have been the second thrown by Rattler. Instead, it's 3rd down and 10.
This ball got away from Spencer Rattler. The ball floats on him. Jeremiah Hall wide open in the middle of the field, and Spencer Rattler fortunate that Macon Clark didn't come down with the second interception from Rattler here in this first half. Lucky there for number 7.
Oklahoma only 1 of 4 on 3rd down so far. And they were in the middle of the pack in the country on 3rd down a year ago. Pressure off the edge. Rattler from the pocket. Another high ball. It's incomplete. He was going for Michael Woods. So that's consecutive drives. They get a takeaway, and you end up with a total of 3 points. They're going to actually bring on Burkett here and try a 50-yarder, so chance here to get 6.
Takeaways are great, but do you cash them into touchdowns? Do you turn those into points? And so far, no touchdowns on the board after 2 takeaways for this Oklahoma offense. Really well done by Tulane, taking advantage of 2 misfires from the Heisman favorite, Spencer Rattler.
Burkett certainly capable of nailing this. 51-yard attempt. It has the leg, and it's good. So 2 field goals by Burkett off of consecutive takeaways, and the lead is 13 for the Sooners. Touchback, it will come out to the 25 here for Tulane. In this play, he was on the last 2, although the first one, again, he was trying to roll out and just mishandled the snap. Long throw here, it's caught, and there's some room for James down the sideline. Bumped out at the 36. The first down.
Tyron James wide open on the near sideline. Some miscommunication there with coverage as the tight end unaccounted for by this Oklahoma defense, and Pratt fires a strike to move the chains.
That defense has lost James a couple times here in this game.
Yes, they have. Unidentified guys down the field, not something Alex Grinch is going to be happy about when they look back at this tape.
Handoff, Carroll, upended for a loss at the 34-yard line. It's Pat Fields, 2-time captain, senior from Tulsa, making the tackle for a loss.
The veteran comes up from the safety position inside the box, knives underneath the offensive lineman. It's a quality tackle for loss behind the line of scrimmage. That's what this defense is predicated on, playing on the other side of the football. Nice job by the senior, making a solid open field tackle.
Pratt on 2nd down and 12. Pass a little behind and low to Tyron James, incomplete, 3rd and 12.
This is where this Oklahoma defense, you talked about the negative plays, the pressures, and the improvement over the last 2 years. This is one of the few 3rd and long situations Tulane has had, Dusty. This may be one of those opportunities with the young quarterback who struggled versus pressure a year ago, and Michael Pratt, to maybe heat this kid up a little bit.
No question, Tom. I would highly anticipate pressure, at least a pressure look coming from Alex Grinch. Asamoah mugged up.
Instead they rush 4. Pratt in trouble though, and sacked. He hung onto the ball this time, but dropped by Isaiah Thomas at the 30-yard line. 8.5 sacks for Thomas a year ago. Tulane will have to punt it.
Well, Isaiah Thomas was so crucial a season ago. You see him working off the right side. Good bull rush as he walks the offensive tackle back, sheds the offensive lineman, and engulfs the quarterback, Michael Pratt. Exactly what you dial up and you hope for. You can get home with 4 with that quality pass rush and get off the field on 3rd down.
Ryan Wright will punt it here. Mims is deep. Signaling for the fair catch, and he has it at the 22-yard line. After that, as they are starting to get some power back. Here's a reverse to Mario Williams, and he's going to throw it, and a sliding catch is made by Hazelwood. A gain of about 12 and a 1st down.
Lincoln Riley always likes to dig into the bag of tricks. A little reverse pass. A true freshman showing not only is he dynamic with the football, he can throw it as well. Nice job by Jaden Hazelwood going down, completing that catch.
Lincoln's going to have a good time critiquing the form on that one tomorrow morning.
It was on the move, Tom.
I know it was.
Run play, Eric Gray. Oh, he gets clocked at the 40-yard line, but bounces right up. Kennedy and Moody in there on the hit. Pick up of 8. 5.5 to go here in the 1st half. Important drive here for Tulane to try to stay in the game. If you look at some of the other games coming up today on ABC, you've got Alabama, Miami next tonight. Georgia, Clemson, Sunday Night Football, Notre Dame in action, Louisville Ole Miss Monday on ESPN. Play fake for Rattler, being flushed out of the pocket, throwing on the run, and an excellent pass. First down catch, Michael Woods at midfield.
Michael Woods, another one of the transfers, really helped bolstering the overall depth of this Oklahoma wide receiver core. Comes in from Arkansas, highly productive a season ago for the Razorbacks. And a nice job breaking off that route on the comeback, and Spencer Rattler on time and on target to move the sticks.
20 unanswered points by Oklahoma. Rattler wide open is Stogner. Down to the 30-yard line, a welcome sight for Sooner fans after Stogner had a very strange injury last year that turned life-threatening. Had a strep infection after a thigh injury. Ended up in the hospital for 12 days, lost 35 pounds, did return for the Cotton Bowl, and he's an excellent red zone weapon for them.
Matchup problem against the defense. 6'6", 250, big catch radius. And with the play action, the linebacker second level got sucked up, left the big tight end wide open, easy pitch and catch.
Picked up 20 on the play. Here's Brooks trying to bounce it outside, does, and gets about 9 out of it before he is run out of play in front of the Tulane bench by Lance Robinson.
Dusty, don't you want to see Lincoln here just continue to do this? Let's get back to the foundation. Counter tray, right? Come off with some jet sweep motion, get people running sideline to sideline, block down, kick out, and away we go.
A couple of nice runs on this drive so far, Tom. Saw one with Eric Gray off the left, and I really like what I've seen so far out of Kennedy Brooks, but I'm completely with you. Allow that offensive line to continue to work on their craft, continue to pound the rock.
Did give him the first down, so 10-yard run there for Brooks. They'll go back to him here, and he breaks a tackle at the point of attack inside the 10, and finally brought down at the 6-yard line, but that's a gain of 14. And Oklahoma looking to go up 20 now. 3.5 to go, first and goal.
Well, if there was any rust after the year away, Dave, that rust is gone now. Love the patience there by Kennedy Brooks. Never gets in too big of a hurry, and then when he sees the opportunity, bursts through the hole. Outstanding second quarter in particular from Kennedy Brooks.
Oklahoma doubling up Tulane in time of possession. 2 big turnovers by the Green Wave. Deep in their own territory. Big reason why Oklahoma has a commanding lead. Out in space, Mario Williams trying to get to the corner. Dives for the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma.
Well, that's what Tom alluded to earlier. It's why Tom's staff had him as the #1 overall wide receiver coming out. You see with the football in his hands the type of dynamic playmaker he can be. Really, it was good defense initially, but you saw the juke and jive, the head fake in, allowed Mario Williams to get to the sideline, get outside contain, and find his way into the corner of the end zone. Well done by the true freshman in his first Sooner touchdown.
So Rattler with a touchdown run, and now his first touchdown pass of 2021. Extra point is good. It's a 20-point quarter for Oklahoma, and now the Sooners up big late in the second quarter, 34-14 here in Norman. Game originally scheduled to be played at Yulman Stadium on campus, not at the Superdome, but on campus at Tulane. And talking with officials from the athletic department, they said that actually the stadium did not suffer any damage, so that's good news for the student athletes going forward as we check in with Kevin Nagandi in the studio.
Tech Hokies scoreless in Madison. Wow, great throwback game there.
3 minutes to go. See if Tulane can come up with something here going into the locker room, try to get some confidence back. Good open field hit after the catch by Spears. They love this true freshman, Latrell McCutcheon. He's from Austin. Chose Oklahoma over Alabama. And a good play in the open field against the running back.
Very talented cornerback. He's smooth, and good to see him be able to come up and make that open field tackle. Well done by the youngster making his first appearance in a Sooner uniform.
Gain of 2 still for Spears. Pratt Nice job to hang in the pocket, and it's a first down catch for Fat Lots out to the 36-yard line. Tulane still has all of its timeouts. Gain of 9.
Dusty, you talk about McCutcheon there. You know, 4 years ago, did the top-level corner choose Oklahoma because of their defensive prowess over Alabama? I say not. I think that's a tribute to Alex Grinch, what this program's done on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, Roy Manning, all these coaches, no question.
Pratt with time now, takes off at the 40. Flag is down. Pratt, takes a huge hit, and that's going to be targeting as Pratt has his helmet dislodged by Key Lawrence. Pratt looks to be okay, but he was sliding, and Key Lawrence did not hold up and absolutely leveled the quarterback, taking his lid off.
Willie Fritz over there looking at his quarterback in the eye, trying to get a sense of just whether he's all right or not as the training staff comes out.
Hope that he's okay. Just a big-time hit as the helmet comes popping off. I got to say, though, shoulder hits Pratt in the midsection.
Yeah, he kind of slid into it, right? I mean, it actually, looking at the replay, doesn't look as vicious as it did.
Not at
live.
all. No, absolutely. Now, quarterback, as he goes into a sliding motion, he's
there are
protected.
two fouls on the play, one on the offense and one on the defense. Holding number 52, offense. After the play is over, dead ball, personal foul, unnecessary roughness with targeting number 12, defense.
Now, I think
both of those fouls will be enforced. Previous play is under review for targeting.
Yeah, and I think the targeting goes away. They keep the unnecessary roughness because he was into a slide.
I did not see targeting there. And
right.
I'll be completely honest. I don't think there was any kind of malicious intent from Key Lawrence. And if you watch that, that's bang, bang.
Right.
That wasn't he slid and a defender came in 2 steps later. Right as Pratt goes into a slide, Lawrence is already in his tackling motion. Now, the quarterback, he has that freedom, and clearly there is an emphasis to protect the quarterback.
I mean, it didn't seem that there was a launch, a thrust, or I mean, you had the severe strike, but
nothing to the head or neck
right,
area
nothing to the
either.
Forcible contact, yes, but not to the head or neck area. It hit the arm, and then so maybe the chin strap wasn't on tight of Pratt. The helmet went flying. I'm with you. I don't think targeting. I think because Pratt's sliding, I mean, they can't overturn the unnecessary roughness.
Correct.
That stands no matter what. It's just now do they overturn the targeting and allow Key Lawrence to stay in the game?
I think that you definitely should, based off the way I look at that, because as we pull up, you know, the key points of emphasis for targeting, I don't see any of the indicators there. Man, that looks absolutely vicious, and you really hope Michael Pratt's okay. That's really tough as a defender because he's coming to hit, Dave, before Pratt even starts to slide. And as Key Lawrence, the Tennessee transfer, again, already in the tackling motion, then that's when Pratt goes to slide. That's a really tough situation to be in as a defender. But again, they're always going to caution on the side of protecting the quarterback. I see nothing there, just like you said from the onset, that indicates targeting. I think that should come off.
After reviewing the play, there is no foul for targeting. Number 12 made contact below the head and neck area. The penalties are still in force. It's first down, and number 7 and number 12 can both remain in the game.
So there you go. Because the helmet came off of Pratt, you normally have to sit unless there's a defensive penalty. Because there was a defensive penalty for unnecessary roughness, again, that stands. You can't overturn that. Pratt gets to stay in the game, and then Lawrence isn't ejected because the targeting is overturned. So you got the offensive holding call, and then the unnecessary roughness call. Pratt, though, maybe perhaps they want to make sure he doesn't have a concussion, is out of the game, and so true freshman Justin Ibieta, who they are very high on, they think has a great feel in the pocket and outstanding arm talent. He'll come in here with 2:03 to go.
Great size as well, 6'5", 230. And Chip Long, we asked him about him on Wednesday when we spoke with his staff, raved about the upside and the arm strength of his backup quarterback, Ibieta.
Tulane still with 3 timeouts remaining. Green Wave trying to put something together here going into the locker room. Ibieta's going to throw it here on the first play, and his pass way off the mark. A wobbly throw that was well behind Booker, and now Pratt's going to come back into the game.
Pressure there. Jalen Redmond barreling down on Ibieta. Off target with his initial throw. Great sign. Michael Pratt back on the field, looking healthy after that vicious hit.
Right, so they weren't concerned about a concussion. You wonder if there was an equipment issue. Otherwise, why is he on the sideline there? He was out for one play, and he didn't have to be. Pratt keeps it here, and he's brought down at the 47. We'll see if they use a timeout here or not.
Dave, I think that was a safety precaution, a safety measure. As the athletic staff brought him to the sideline, I think before they let him return, even with the rule, they wanted to be sure they weren't putting a player out there that didn't have all his wits about him.
Right, no, I understand that, but then why put him in after one play?
They obviously worked through the protocol and felt pretty good about it.
Yep.
Third down, Oklahoma's had a lot of success putting pressure on the quarterback the last few possessions.
They're going to run it off the left side, and he's not going to get the first down. Spears tackled about 3 yards short. We'll see if Tulane elects to go for it on 4th down and 3.
Expect Oklahoma to use a timeout here, Dave.
Tulane's going to call a timeout. You'd think they'd go for it here at this point. Trying to get some momentum going into the locker room rather than kick it back to a red-hot Oklahoma offense.
In mind with Michael Pratt as your quarterback.
They'll shift Spears into the backfield here on 4th down and 3 for Tulane. Pratt throwing to Spears. It's caught, makes the man miss, and gets the first down. Clock will stop to reset the chains, and they have those 3 timeouts.
Tyjae Spears, such a weapon for the first 3 games last year before he got hurt. A well-rounded running back. As you see, the quality, ability to catch the football out of the backfield, make the initial offender miss, and move the chains.
Inside a minute to go. Pratt to the air again. Throws it deep. Juggled. And almost picked off by Billy Bowman on the pass intended for Toltz. Bowman, a true freshman out of Denton, Texas.
Oh, big hit by Deshaun White, the blitzing linebacker. Pass sails on Pratt, the true freshman Billy Bowman, who this staff just raved about, starting at nickel, climbs the ladder and can't bring it down.
Look at him, Dusty. He's 5'10".
Man, thinking about Michael Pratt, though. He's taking some real shots here in the second quarter, Tom.
Nobody's questioning his toughness, there's no doubt.
He'll hand it off on 2nd down, and no running room whatsoever for Spears. Tulane's going to have to use a timeout. Delarian Turner Yell with the trip up. 3rd and long here for Tulane. I actually think we might be off on the timeouts. I think Tulane actually only has the 1 timeout left. Tomorrow night, the only college football game on the schedule is on ABC right here with Florida State trying to knock off number 9 Notre Dame. Kyron Williams coming off a phenomenal 2020 at running back for the Irish. Over 1,100 yards and 13 rushing touchdowns, the most at Notre Dame in over 20 years.
Exciting player to watch. I like his physicality. The most intriguing part to me for Notre Dame, Jack Cohn, former Wisconsin quarterback, taking over for Ian Book. How is he able to navigate that offense? Clearly with a strong running game in Kyron Williams, but new face behind the center for the Irish starting tomorrow night.
So we have it as 2 timeouts. One of the officials said they have 1 left, so we'll see. Got to pick up the first down for it to matter. 3rd and 9 for Tulane on the OU 45. Pratt in trouble, gets rid of it, and it's dropped incomplete. There was pressure immediately in the backfield. 4th down.
Well, it's Nick Benito coming off the edge. Watch the inside move as he's just going to work right underneath the offensive tackle and get there really before Michael Pratt's able to allow that screen to set up. That initial first step quickness, so potent for Nick Benito. They were trying to set up the screen. They didn't even have time to get that set up.
Yeah, he just wrecked the play, as he does so often. Tulane going for it on 4th down and 9. Down 20 points. Pratt, arm is hit, ball comes out on the ground. Doesn't matter who recovers it because it's Oklahoma ball. Reggie Grimes coming from behind, chopped it out. It'll be OU ball at the Tulane 40.
We've been waiting for Reggie Grimes to really turn into the premier pass rusher that they thought. And it's just an outstanding job off the edge, not just getting to the quarterback, but then the ability to get the ball out.
It was Redmond with a recovery, Grimes with a forced fumble.
Let's not forget, guys, you know, Lincoln Riley feels really comfortable in the field goal game to 55 yards. So they're in a great spot here to put some more points on the board before we go into half.
How about that dip, though, by Reggie Grimes, showing the athleticism, getting under the tackle, Joey Claybrook, and then getting there smooth, almost effortless, knocking that ball loose, setting up Spencer Rattler on the offense in prime real estate.
And boy, Pratt hit the deck hard again as Rattler drops the throw here on first down, trying to dump it off. It's caught by West, and good flow to the football by Tulane. West taken down for a loss, and then Nick Anderson, their leader on defense, is shaken up. And you hope that's just a cramping issue with a temperature near triple digits for Nick Anderson. He's had such a rough last couple weeks, obviously, with everything going on in New Orleans. He's from Mississippi, said his home's okay, but his sister Addison was in a car accident recently, needed surgery, but we were told today she's doing okay. Anderson wants to be an FBI agent when he's done playing, got a 3.5 GPA, and one of their best players.
Chris Hampton just raved about how phenomenal he's been in camp. You know, had a quality season a year ago, and really helps make up that solid and deep linebacker room as he limps to the side.
You see Anderson get up and just go to the ground, which would indicate a cramp. You hope that's all it is. 22 seconds remaining here. Oklahoma with one timeout left. Tom mentioned the range of Gabe Burkage. He's already made a 51-yarder. Rattler steps up, has room to run, instead dumps it off to Stogner, and he's done at the 39-yard line. Oklahoma will use another timeout here.
Stout open field tackle there by Durian Williams.
Why are they not using a timeout? They got to snap it. There's 1 second left. Now they use the timeout. So, I mean, why in that case wouldn't you use a timeout with 12 seconds, run one more play to the perimeter, and then get your field goal team out there?
I don't know. Lincoln Riley was having a conversation with the official. Looked frustrated as he turned his head up.
Because now you're looking at a 56 or 57-yard field goal. I thought with about 13 seconds left, you call that timeout, you get to run one more play to the sideline.
16 seconds, no question. I'm really surprised. Lincoln Riley typically really does a good job understanding situations, knowing where the clock's at.
He seemed to be engaged with the official on the side.
Yeah.
It's odd.
Burkage made a 51-yarder already. He had 4 50-yarders last year, including a 54-yarder in the Big 12 championship game. 56-yard attempt here with 2 seconds to go in the half. Burkage unloads. Boy, this would have been good from 66. Oh my goodness. He absolutely tattooed that ball.
Wow. Plenty of leg on the 56-yarder. Drano is the answer as we go to half, partner.
30 unanswered Oklahoma points, including that 56-yard three-pointer by Gabe Burkage. When we return, Kevin Agandi, Booger McFarland will catch you up with everything on the State Farm Halftime Report after this message and a word from our ABC stations. College football and touchdown passes, but gets that year of eligibility back, and he's only been playing football for about 5 years. was homeschooled through 8th grade, started playing football in 9th grade. He's in trouble here in the first play, gets rid of it and completes it to Tyreek James. He fumbles the ball. And it looked like Will Wallace recovered it. He did. Pratt took a big hit that time from Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas having himself a ball game. Boot action, Isaiah Thomas. Ooh, they missed a face mask there.
Oh, man, head hits the turf hard. We've seen that 3 times now.
Man, Michael Pratt taking a pounding here this afternoon.
That's a missed personal foul. He hit the quarterback in the head and drive his head to the ground. 2nd and 14. Carroll runs it and finds a gap that closes at the 30-yard line, so they get a big chunk of it back. 3rd and manageable here, 3rd and 5.
That's one thing. I know that they're down 23 as we start the second half. They still need to be able to run the football, not be so predictable, and pass on every down, allow this Oklahoma pass rush to get after Michael Pratt. 3rd down been a problem the second quarter for Tulane. Opportunity here on this opening possession.
Pratt finds a man. It's a 1st down catch. A flag comes in late as Wyatt made the catch. Might have a face mask call here as Wyatt had his helmet twisted by Jaden Davis. That would tack on 15 and put the ball in Oklahoma territory. The play went for 13 yards.
Personal foul, face mask, number 4. Defense, 15-yard penalty. Automatic 1st down.
Properly identified by you, partner. Jaden Davis coming in, breaks that face mask there. Good call by the official. I like what Michael Pratt on that 3rd down, Tom. Pressure was in his face. He stood in there strong, found the open receiver, and moved the change.
Poised. This kid is poised, and he's been popped. His head bounced off the carpet. I've just been impressed with how he keeps hanging in there.
Play action for Pratt, setting up with time, going deep. Incomplete, knocked away by Pat Fields. He was going for Jaquan Jackson.
Nice job by Pat Fields, down the field coverage. Jaquan Jackson, one of the favorite targets for Pratt a season ago, gets good position inside, gets that hand in there to knock the pass away. Quality job by the senior, being in good position and making a play on the football.
So 2nd and 10 at the Oklahoma 42. Pratt steps up to take off and gets sacked. Dragged down by Josh Ellison and Corey Robertson.
That's good coverage down the field to allow those defensive tackles to get another hit on Pratt as you see him hobble going back to the huddle. And against the pressure today, we've seen the struggles for Michael Pratt in the first half when he was blitzed. His numbers not nearly as impressive as whenever he had time and a clean pocket to distribute the football.
Pratt weighs 210 pounds. He put on about 15 pounds in the offseason. At one point got down to 185 last year. Pratt on 3rd and 11, leaving the pocket here and throwing a good ball, but well short of the line to gain. Be 4th down at about 5, and you would expect Tulane to go for it. There's Watts with the catch. Pratt still hobbling.
As Tom mentioned, poise, toughness, something we've clearly seen out of Pratt so far. And no doubt down 23. Ball inside the 40. This is the go-for-it area for Willie Fritz in this offense. Which formation down on the bottom side.
Here comes Benito. He gets dragged down, and Pratt has an open man. It's James for the 1st down to the 20-yard line. And Pratt, despite all the hits, hanging in the pocket. That's an 18-yard gain.
Like the way he's surveying the field. His eyes go all the way to a 2nd and 3rd outlet. Nice pass.
Pratt throwing again. It's behind the receiver, incomplete. Now, Michael Pratt wearing the number 7. He wore a different number in high school, but he changed that number after his best friend, Bryce Gowdy, who he played football with in high school, committed suicide. And to honor his good friend Bryce, who was going to play at Georgia Tech, Pratt changed his number, got a tattoo on his arm with the number 7 and the word believe, which was Bryce Gowdy's motto growing up. And Pratt's been through a lot. Throws here off play action and had a man, but threw it too. Let's see what Pratt does here on 3rd down and 10. He's 2 for 7 throwing it on 3rd down so far in this game.
Oklahoma press coverage the last couple of plays, man to man.
They run it, trying to get outside is Carroll, and Oklahoma just too much speed on the perimeter. Carroll loses a couple of yards, 4th down and forever, but Willie Fritz may keep. Now he's going to bring on the field goal team here in 4th down and about 13.
We haven't called Perrion Winfrey's name much today, but we anticipate and expect big things for the nose tackle, the Oklahoma Sooners. Explosive, disruptive, and unblockable on that 3rd down as he's able to help the Sooners get a big tackle for loss.
Graham Dable from 41 yards trying to get 3 points here for the Green Wave. And this kick is way wide to the left. So it remains 37-14. Second-ranked Oklahoma up big here in Norman. It's not college football till we see Luganville inhaling a burrito in a student section. Here's Eric Gray breaking a tackle initially, then finally they track him down at the 28, pick up a 5.
These are the facts, Dave.
Luke should probably take down at least a 6-pack of tacos, right?
6-pack, let's up it to the family style.
Okay.
Come on now. And by the way, I've got my eye on a student section already this weekend, so my interest was piqued. We're not even to the end of Saturday.
I'll tell you, last night was a good-looking crowd in Blacksburg. What a scene
down
at Virginia Tech, pulling the upset against North Carolina. Rattler, ton of time, has a completion to Michael Woods. He comes up short of about 3 yards from the line to gain, so 3rd down.
No, Dusty, there was one of those parts of Spencer Rattler's game that we talked about coming into this game where he has a tendency to float and fade back because he has such trust in his arm talent, but it can get him in trouble. It can make him a little inaccurate, and I think he's got to settle in there, have a base platform, and drive off his back foot if he wants to maximize those throws.
Climb up in that pocket, Luke. You're exactly right.
Instead he drifts here, backing up, but there was a defender in his face. Now Rattler takes off and gets the 1st down out to the 38. Rattler, the Heisman favorite coming into the season. The Heisman's been pretty good to Oklahoma the last few quarterbacks. 2 of the last 3 won the award, Baker Mayfield and Kyler Murray. Jalen Hurts was the runner-up. And all 3 are going to start in the NFL Week 1. You see the numbers for Rattler today.
And he's not a runner, but he does have good mobility, enough to keep a defense honest. It was well done. He tried to stand in there, reverse spins out, and picks up enough to move the sticks.
Rattler on the run, dumps it off to Hall. Hall slammed to the ground. Marvin Moody lost his helmet, and he'll have to go to the sideline for a play. Great success by Oklahoma at the quarterback position over the last 4 years, going back to Baker. You know, guys, what stood out to me, we talked with Spencer on the phone for about 15 minutes the other day, was how he's embracing the idea of being the leader of the team.
That's exactly right. He understands his role now, and you even heard Lincoln Riley talk about that. And Lincoln Riley told him, take ownership of this football team, and it sure appears that he has.
Here's Hall on the catch again. Comes up short because Baker Mayfield, the ultimate leader, right?
Ultimate leader, that's right.
And Rattler, a little bit quieter personality.
He has to really work on being a vocal leader. It just doesn't come naturally to him. And that's really been as much as taking care of the football was a point of emphasis, becoming more of a vocal leader. And when the vibe isn't where it needs to be, Coach Riley's looking to Spencer Rattler to get the team right each and every day as they prepare on a weekly basis.
He got voted captain, and he told us that's his greatest accomplishment so far. Not much running room there for Gray on 3rd down. He'll come up short. We'll see what the Sooners do on 4th down. But that didn't seem just like interview, like I'm just going to say this because I'm talking to the TV guys. Like that seemed from the heart. Like, hey, I was voted captain by my teammates. That means something to me. Now I've got to go out there and prove that I've earned the respect of my guys.
And isn't that exactly what you want from your quarterback, especially somebody coming in that didn't have those natural leadership abilities and really worked on that, and I think Lincoln Riley deserves a lot of credit for that as well. Pushing him, prodding him, pushing the right buttons to get the most out of Spencer Rattler as a leader.
They go for it on 4th down, and Kennedy Brooks bounces off of one guy, tracked down though at the 42-yard line. And so Tulane's going to take over on downs in Oklahoma territory. Downs in Oklahoma territory, but down 37-14. Let's check out the upcoming AAC schedule on ESPN+. A really good Cincinnati team under Luke Fickell, ranked 8th preseason, taking on Miami, Ohio. Tulane will play Morgan State next Saturday. That game will be in Birmingham, moved because of Hurricane Ida, but the update from Tulane officials, it's looking more and more like they could be back in New Orleans after that game, which is great news considering what's happened to the city and the state. Here's Carroll getting the carry, and a gain of about 3 down to 39.
One thing as we look at this Oklahoma defense, one thing they've done, Lugs, they have rotated so many bodies along the defensive line. We see true freshmen Downs out there. Now you see Caleb Kelly, first level, second level, third level. A lot of players. I think it speaks to the depth that they've created on this defensive side of the ball.
They fake the jet sweep. Here's a flea flicker. Pratt, oh, he gets absolutely smoked by 2 Sooners. The pass flutters and is incomplete.
No,
Danny Stutz was there for Oklahoma along with Justin Harrington.
Stutzman, Caleb Kelly coming off the edge, the super 6-year senior gets there. That just takes too long to develop against a pass rush like Oklahoma. Michael Pratt once again pays the price.
So 3rd down and 7, 4 down territory for Tulane, trailing 37-14. Pratt to the air again, pressure in his face, and he overthrows Jaquan Jackson. 4th and 7.
No, Dusty, to add what you were talking about, the rotation with Oklahoma. Here's the difference between Oklahoma in years past and Oklahoma now. When a Perrion Winfrey goes to the sideline, a Jordan Kelly jumps in. When Isaiah Thomas comes to the sideline, or Reggie Grimes jumps in. And guess what? There's no decline in talent. There's no decline in production. That's the difference between this Oklahoma defense and years past.
Here we go, 4th down and 7. Got to keep the drive going. Pratt has his tight end James for a 1st down to the 26-yard line, gain of 13.
Pressure in his face. Michael Pratt stands in there and locates his tight end, Tyrick James, who has found a way to come open time and time again. Key Lawrence, the safety, can't get down in time. A nice job on 4th down, converting and keeping this drive alive.
4th catch of the day for Tyrick James. He had 16 all of last year. Tulane went 6-6 a year ago, went to a bowl game for the 3rd straight year. Pratt in trouble, and down he goes. Again, a handful of bodies for Oklahoma in the backfield. Clayton Smith, who had a fumble recovery, was in there, along with Ryan Asamoah, Kevin Gilliam.
You're going to see right here, coming off the edge, is Clayton Smith, another true freshman, just straight up the field, unaccosted, as he's the initial one, and then a host of Sooners to get Pratt to the ground. You see that attacking, aggressive style.
New quarterback Ibieta coming in. He hands it off to Carroll, and a good hard run by Carroll, picking up a 1st down. At the 16-yard line, Pratt back on the field after going to the sideline for one play.
Dusty, Alex Grinch is over here on the sideline here with this Oklahoma defense, and there has been no fewer than between 2 and 4 players each play rotating in for Oklahoma on this defense. It's just a constant shuffle.
Pratt will throw it, gets hit by Grimes, but he gets rid of it. Upended after the catch is Wallace. Close to another 1st down. DJ Graham with the hit. Going to spot him a yard short.
Once again, the pressure gets home, but not in time before Pratt can deliver a nice pass to his outlet. A quality pickup on 1st down. Anybody watching this game can't walk away and really respect the toughness of Michael Pratt.
And there's no reason to think Tulane won't be in a bowl game for a 4th straight year. It's a good team. Pratt on a swing pass, good adjustment by Booker, but he couldn't hang on to the ball. It'll be 3rd and 1. But you look at the schedule, yeah, they have to go to Ole Miss, and the American Conference has some really good teams led by Cincinnati, but it's a team that again won 6 games last year, had 2 overtime losses, and also a game against Navy where they blew a 24-point lead, ended up losing that game. Otherwise you're looking at 8-9 wins. A rare snap under center here for Pratt, with Carroll the running back. Carroll drilled right at the line of scrimmage. Nick Benito again in the backfield for OU.
Benito, Corey Roberson, good penetration there on a 3rd and short situation. That's Tulane's short yardage and goal line offense. As you see Carroll very close to the quarterback. You've got essentially the wing in motion, and they go right back to it.
Going for it on 4th down and 1. Pratt on the quarterback sneak, and he gets the 1st down.
You know what? This Tulane football team, they got a lot of fight in them. Oh, when you look at the way everything shifted in that 2nd quarter to come out of half, the way they have with 2 quality offensive possessions and a stop on defense, Willie Fritz got to be proud of his football team right now.
Look, you score a touchdown here, it's not over. You're only down 2 scores technically. 1st and goal. Pratt on the keep, and Pratt upended at the goal line. Did he get the ball across? He did. Touchdown Tulane.
It's like Willie Fritz looking to go for 2 here.
Is Michael Pratt limping off the field right now?
And let me ask you guys, why would you go for 2 here? You don't have to go for 2 yet. You will the next time, but why wouldn't you just get it down to 2 scores here? Get it to 16 points.
I don't have a good answer because I would be thinking the exact same way as you.
Well, and they may be, well, let's see, with Michael Pratt, he's limping around, and keep in mind, those last 2 plays were vintage Willie Fritz, some option principles. How much do you want Michael Pratt running the football here?
And again, just, you know, from a numbers standpoint, 3:31 to go in the 3rd, you got a chance to get it to 16 points. You don't need to go for 2 yet, but they're going to.
Guess the thought just being that at some point you're going to have to come up with 2-point conversions. Might as well make it right now.
Right, if you get it here, you make it a little bit easier on yourself if you score again. But if you don't get it, now you need the ball 3 more times.
Correct.
Take a look at number 80, Tyrick James, who's been the go-to guy on this series, lined up at the bottom of your screen. We're in 2 tight ends here, Dusty. And we're going to see some semblance of crossing routes here.
My question, other than that, is there something they're looking at upstairs that we haven't been told yet? We're just looking, we're being told, because every play is reviewed, and not necessarily further reviewed. They were just looking to make sure he got over and whether they should stop it to look a little bit longer. They saw what they needed to see, and they go for it on 2. Here comes a reverse, and walking in for an easy score is Deuce Watts, so they do get the 2-point play. I guess if you got one you love, you run it there. They did, and they're back within 15. 3:31 to go in the 3rd. 5. Tulane getting all the revenue from ticket sales for this game. So be a fair count. It will come out to the 25 for the Sooners. 5 incompletions today. That's all. One of those was an interception. He has thrown for a touchdown. He's run for a score. He accounted for 34 touchdowns in his redshirt freshman season after sitting behind Jalen Hurts 2 years ago. He's got Kennedy Brooks next to him, but Rattler going to throw here, facing some pressure, and Rattler on the run with another great throw, hitting Mario Williams at the 41-yard line. Looking at some of the other games today, coming up next, it's Alabama-Miami. Tomorrow, Notre Dame, Florida State, Louisville, Ole Miss, but the marquee game tonight on ABC, Georgia-Clemson.
I can't wait to watch that slate of games. Georgia-Clemson, wow. Top 5 matchup opening week. Going to be fantastic to see that on display.
Rattler keeps it here, and he gets leveled by Dorian Williams. 1-yard pickup.
That's how you draw it up as a defensive coach, man. I mean, this is picture perfect open field tackle. Head across the bow. You see him explode through his hips and through the ball carrier. Quality job right there by Dorian Williams, coming off an outstanding season last year. Nice job in the open field.
Rattler to throw on 2nd down and 10, steps up, and another great ball. Boy, the ball placement just spectacular. Finding Hazelwood. Check that, Mims on the catch. 1st down, 15-yard gain.
Going through his progressions, finding the open man and delivering an accurate pass.
Now they run it. Brooks puts his head down and gets maybe 2.
You know, Dusty, you talk about that. I think the thing that's so impressive with guys like Spencer Rattler is when they're under duress, their eyes never come down to the rush. They're always looking for that second passing opportunity, and a guy will get lost in coverage, and then boom, next thing you know, you have a huge gainer.
Rattler on 2nd down and 8. That ball behind Williams. Do you guys have a comp for Rattler? Is there anybody specifically? You know, he told us growing up he wasn't a fan necessarily of a team, but he studied all the top quarterbacks.
Said Aaron Rodgers, studied Russell Wilson. He thinks he's got a little bit of Patrick Mahomes. I can't go there yet. But when you see the quick release, you see the different arm angles that he throws the ball from, and the off-platform accuracy, it is clearly there. I mean,
It's Zach Wilson for me, guys. I think he's an awful lot like Zach Wilson from BYU a year ago.
Rattler in trouble on 3rd down and 8. Steps up. Bounces off a defender. So it's a big 4th down. If you're Lincoln Riley, you're 4th down and 3. Are you going for it? Or do you punt it and pin or kick a field goal?
let's say punt it. We've seen the leg. Mr. Burton at this point, I think he trusts the leg of your kicker.
So they're going to try another 56-yarder, it looks like. He made a 51-yarder and a 56-yarder in the first half, and they're going to trot him out there again here.
Try to get this back to a 3-score game.
55-yard try. So again, he made 4 50-yarders last year. He's going for his 3rd already in this game. You saw Austin Stockner running on there late too, and the play clock down at 2. Again, this ball is absolutely crushed, and it's good. 55-yarder by Gabe Burkich, and that puts the lead at 18.
Well, you've rightfully pointed out many times today, Dave, we focus so much on the improved defense, Spencer Rattler in this offense. How about the special teams? Wow, Gabe Burkich. I mean, that literally was good from 60 plus, right down the heart.
Burkich, fresh off of nailing a 55-yarder, still kicks it into the end zone. Again, they're electing to run it out. Jackson did this earlier, and it wasn't a good decision. And, you know, it's minus 4 yards, right? Fair catch, you come out to the 25 instead. Give to Carroll, and he's going to lose yardage. Dusty, as a former Oklahoma All-American and NFL defensive tackle, when your quarterback is out there getting hit like that and popping up, what does that do for your confidence in him as a leader?
I mean, it's everything. You have trust that this guy is going to lead us whenever we're down, when things are against us. He is going to have the toughness to continue to persevere and bring us back. The respect you gain from your teammates when you put out a performance like this, it's exactly what you would hope for if you're Willie Fritz, the head coach of this team.
Pratt dumping this one off. Good open field tackle by Graham against Carroll. That might be the final play of the quarter.
I think as a player you want to know, in times of adversity, when things aren't going your way necessarily, how are you going to respond? And a response we've seen today from Michael Pratt.
So that's the end of 3 quarters in Norman. We'll see if Tulane can keep the drive going when we start the 4th. 40-22. The second-ranked Sooners in front. Back after this message. And a word that flooded homes and hundreds of thousands without power, and again the case in New Orleans. So this game moved to Norman. Here's Pratt on 3rd down and 9. Has a completion, going to be short of the line to gain by about 5 or 6 yards. We'll see if Tulane goes for it here from its own 26. 4th and 5.
Pressure again from Oklahoma. That's the true freshman Clayton Smith. He's been all over the field here in the second half, and we talked earlier about the depth and the rotation of this defense. Luke, seeing a true freshman like Clayton Smith out there, he was highly touted coming out, but it really just speaks to what we were talking about and how this roster on the defensive side has completely changed.
Ryan Wright with a good punt, driving Mims back. He muffs the ball, scoops it up back at the 10-yard line, and here he goes. Runs out of real estate, but that was almost an incredibly costly mistake, trying to go over the shoulder and field that ball. Thankfully for Oklahoma, he was able to recover. Otherwise, Tulane would have been inside the 10-yard line. Don't forget tonight on ABC, the Duke's Mayo Classic, Clemson, Georgia. See it on the ESPN app as well. One app, one tap. Here are college football rankings. We talked about number 10 going down yesterday. PlayStation college football rankings. What do you guys like in this game tonight?
I like Georgia. Now they're really banged up. I don't know exactly who's all going to be out there. Don't know if Darnell Washington's going to play, but I'm high on the Dogs this year.
Rattler just gets rid of it. Boy, isn't that grounding? In the pocket.
There's a discussion going on.
There's nobody around the ball there. That's a mistake by Rattler, and there's the flash. Yeah, I mean, that's a mistake. It's a learning opportunity here.
Intentional grounding, number 7, offense. Penalty being forced at the spot of the foul. Lost it down. Second out.
Properly pointed out by you, partner. We'll take a look here. Looking at the tackle box, as we'll see here, he's got to get outside before he throws that football away. And as the pressure comes, we see him just drift back. No receiver anywhere to be found. Well identified by you, and the right call by the officials.
So you almost have, you have a muff punt, luckily recovered, and then you have intentional grounding. So it's 2nd and 21. Here's a wide receiver screen to Woods, who's free. Ran into his own guy. Down at the 25-yard line, got a chunk of it back, but big third down here for Tulane defensively. Stay in the game.
This defense has really answered the bell here in this second half. They had their struggles in the first half, but really came to play, showing the toughness that they have.
See if they bring pressure against Rattler here. 3rd down and 9. They'll back off and rush 4. Rattler over the middle, behind his intended target, and a diving interception made at the 47-yard line by Macon Clark. What a great pick. The second thrown by Rattler, and Tulane has the ball in Sooner territory.
This is a missed opportunity by Spencer Rattler. He's got his big target, the tight end, Austin Stogner, open in the middle of the field, thrown behind him, and Macon Clark. Great ball skills, getting Tulane the football.
With life, not done. Trailing by 18, but a dead ball penalty here.
False start, number 79, offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
What's a zone pressure, as you're going to see the defensive end, Angelo Anderson, is going to drop right in the window of Spencer Rattler. So he's in that throw window. He wants to get the ball to Stogner, and it's thrown behind him, high and behind, for the interception.
Pratt taking a shot, just overthrows Booker, who got past Broyles down the sideline.
Definitely had a step. Booker, Pratt just a little bit too much on that football.
Needed a little bit more air.
What he'd like to have back loose.
Yeah.
Would have been a touchdown. Instead, 2nd and 15. They pitch it to Booker. Booker with running room. And he's close to a first down. Gets lit up by Turner Yell, but that's a 13-yard gain. They're inside the 40-yard line.
Some of these blocking schemes and imagination we're seeing, they pull play side guard tackle away, then they toss it going the opposite direction, create some confusion for the second level linebackers. Nice pickup.
Short yardage, they put Pratt under center here. We've seen this formation a bunch. They're just 2 for 11 on 3rd down today, but 4 of 5 on 4th down, and certainly in 4-down territory. Carroll picking a hole, has a first down to the 34-yard line. 2 minutes into the fourth. Tulane down 18 points, but a fresh set of downs.
Puts so much strain on you, Dusty, when you're seeing so many different things, as you mentioned, with the eye candy that Tulane has offensively, and then they get in those short yardage situations. Now you got to defend option football.
That back so close to the quarterback, just 3 yards behind. That easy dive inside and a powerful run by Carroll.
Pratt back to throw, single coverage, and the pass is incomplete. Broken up by Jaden Davis. There is a penalty marker down. Deuce Watts, the intended target.
Ineligible player downfield, number 52. Offense, 5-yard penalty. Replay first down.
It's on the center, Sincere Hainsworth.
Sincere Hainsworth, we're going to see right here in the middle of your screen. All the way up to linebacker depth.
It's like 10 yards downfield.
Don't always see that called in college football, but pretty easy for the official. As Hainsworth well past the 3 yards, actually past 5 or 6 yards. Running a route almost.
The button hook. 1st and 15, and it's dropped by Wallace with Brian Asamoah in coverage. So are you guys as bullish on Oklahoma's defense after watching this today?
Not their best performance. We've seen some of the attributes that we talked about with the pressure, to be able to create negative plays, some of the takeaways, but we've seen this Tulane offense have some success at times. It's me scratching my head a little bit.
Pratt over the middle, it's caught, and it's a first down. Wyatt, transfer from Central Missouri, made the catch. Ball at the 22-yard line now.
It's not the performance I think most people anticipated coming into this game, Luke.
Yeah, you know, listen, they probably underestimated Tulane just a little bit, but the rotational depth that they're showing up front, if you ask that question 7 weeks from now, I think it's going to be an undeniable, strong yes.
Pratt on first down with time, taking a shot, and it's almost intercepted. DJ Graham had a better shot at making the catch than the receiver did.
But DJ Graham's in perfect position, and he essentially turns into wide receiver. Man-to-man coverage, running stride for stride with Tolles. Great position, tries to high point the football, can't come down with it, but a nice pass breakup in the end zone.
Would have helped Tolles if that ball was slightly to the outside so he could have squared up and elevated with more of a back shoulder look.
And Pratt gonna keep it here. Pratt with running room inside the 10, down to the 5-yard line, and still fired up, took the shot. He kind of likes it.
Absolutely, he likes it. Well blocked, well schemed off the left side. Even Cam Carroll gets on it. Aguebu helps spring that run. There's no quit in this Tulane football team. They just keep coming back, throwing punches. That's by that quarterback.
It's as if Pratt said, bring it. After that hit, too, by Turner Yell. Got up. 17-yard run, the longest of the day for Tulane. See what Willie Fritz dials up here. Plenty of time. 11.5 to go. Pratt, touchdown. Cameron Carroll out of the backfield. Tulane within 12. Going for 2 here again. I'm a little surprised you don't need it yet. If extra point gets you to 11, where you can get a field goal in your next possession, I'm not sure. I certainly don't agree with it. I'm just not sure why they're doing it.
Same philosophy they had the last time we saw them go for 2, and they had the perfect play dialed up. See what Chip Long has in store here.
He did score in the last 2-point try with some trickery. And Pratt stumbles and falls to the ground in that play. So it remains a 12-point game, but now you're looking at 3 possessions. Again, just Willie Fritz has won a lot of games, but don't understand why he wouldn't just take the extra point there and keep the pressure on that Oklahoma offense to respond. But Tulane's offense getting things done. It's still 2 possessions, even with the failed 2-point conversion. But if you just kick the extra point there, down 11, it's going to be a touchback. Oklahoma will start in the 25.
And we saw a very similar concept in the first quarter. Running back going to be out of the flats, going to get him matched up on a linebacker, Deshaun White. You'll see Deshaun White come in conflict with his corner. They bump into each other. White can't get over the top. Carroll wide open in the end zone. Second time with that play design. The exact same result, a touchdown for this Green Wave offense.
There's Alex Grinch, the D coordinator. We talked a lot about the leadership of Spencer Rattler. Well, that's tested right now. How will he handle this? How will his teammates handle this moment? Things haven't gone the way they thought things would go here in the second half. Looked like Oklahoma was going to blow them out. Tulane right back in it. Run play to the right. And Brooks is wrapped up after a short game. Nick Anderson, who was injured earlier but back out there, made the tackle.
We saw we know the interception from the previous possession, but it was also the intentional grounding. That was for Spencer Rattler. From a leadership standpoint, you'd like to see him respond in this drive.
Led the Big 12 in touchdown passes a year ago, threw only 7 picks last year, 2 in this game. Rattler from the pocket, and the pass is caught by Hall, but he hit the ground, so it's only a 4-yard gain. This is the biggest play of the game right here. 3rd down and 5 from the Oklahoma 30.
This is where Heisman candidates convert, right?
No doubt.
This is one of those plays in the fourth quarter. Feel like you should be ahead more than you are. Got 3rd and 5, and find a way to convert.
Marvin Mims, a lot of action early.
You're right, he's been quiet since. Now a penalty flag, false start, mental error by the Sooners.
False start, number 71. Offense, 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
It's on Anton Harrison, the left tackle. So now it's 3rd down and 9. And based on where they're placing the ball, technically it's 9, but it's more like 10. Just outside the 25, have to get to the 35.
Marvin Mims working out of the slot, bottom of the screen. It's not gone to him here as of late. Big opportunity, big spot for Spencer Rattler. Try to locate Marvin Mims.
Play clock is down to 3. Pressure coming off the edge. Rattler's pass caught for a 1st down by Stogner. Rattler going to Stogner on 3rd down to move the sticks.
Such a big target. 6'6", 250 plus pounds. Nice poise in the pocket by Spencer Rattler. He locates his big tight end.
Stogner might be banged up too. Gonna go back to the ground game. A ton of room here for Brooks. Out to the 45 for 8 yards, brought down by Anderson. Brooks, a 2-time 1,000-yard rusher that took last year off, opted out in 2020 because of COVID-19. And Brooks, impressive so far in this game, 7 yards a carry.
Key block there by Eric Swinson, getting his man on the ground, helping spring that run by Kennedy Brooks.
Now the Sooners milking the clock here. The lead is 12, 9 minutes to go. Oklahoma plays Western Carolina next week. Then Nebraska comes here. Handed off again. Brooks able to get out of an ankle tackle. And nice moves, getting the 1st down near midfield.
Refuses to go down on the initial contact. Tough physical piece of running by Kennedy Brooks.
Lost his shoe trying to get out of that ankle tackle attempt by Williams. Oklahoma's Big 12 opener will be against West Virginia September 25th. They have the Texas game October 9th. They have Iowa State home, and Bedlam will be in Stillwater on November 27th. We'll hand it off again. Eric Gray getting maybe 2, but the clock will continue to move. Up next on ABC, right here, it's Bama, Miami. We look at some of the other games over the course of the weekend. Any way that the number 1 team in the country, see them going down to De'Aaron King and the Canes?
I don't think they lose, but I think it's like a 21-point line. I mean, massive favorite for Alabama. I think Miami gives them a game. I think that they're highly competitive, more so than what a lot of people think.
2nd and 8. Rattler's pass is caught. And 1st down after the catch. Brian Darby showing some good moves. Moving the ball down to the 38.
You know, Dusty, in that Alabama-Miami game, I've always felt if talent isn't quite equal, Alabama has to do something to help you. They have to do something uncharacteristic to their nature, and then you have to capitalize on it. Be interesting to see if Miami can do that if Alabama gives them a couple of gifts.
De'Aaron King has to be healthy, right? That's
no doubt.
Huge key.
Rattler. Hazelwood with the first down. Oklahoma trying to put it away here and march down the field and get a touchdown. Out the midway point of the fourth.
Tom, that's a good sign to me, watching Hazelwood take that screen and look as spry as he does in the open field. Again, still trying to battle his way back after a last year offseason torn ACL. He's looked good at times here today.
Yeah, he's shown some lateral agility. That's usually where you're a bit hesitant, but he looks explosive back to 100%. And again, no knee brace for the first time in a while.
Rattler off play action, hits Mims, and he gets hit. What a huge smack. Larry Brooks. Mims is all right, hops right up, but that was well played. Clean hit by Brooks.
Larry Brooks lowers the boom and shows up with bad intentions. Clean hit all the way around.
That's a clinic tackle video.
It sure is. We've seen that a couple times from these Tulane defenders.
Well done.
That's going to hurt in the morning, I think, for Mims.
Hurts right now.
Rattler. Dangerous pass, and it's intercepted. There's a flag down. Macon Cluckton fumbles the ball. It's picked up out of the air, and it's Tulane ball at the 30-yard line. Brooks was there to get the fumble recovery after the interception by Clark. Let's see what the flag is for, though. If it's defensive interference, and Oklahoma will get the ball back.
I think it is. A lot of pushing, a lot of contact out there on the outside with Jaden Hazelwood.
If this holds,
defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
so that's on Keeland Harrison. I mean, that's a huge play. There's no interference. That's going the other way. That's a terrible call, first of all. I mean, he got shoved back by Hazelwood.
Yeah, he's just trying to get in position to make a play on the football.
That is a downright awful call.
That is terrible, guys.
I am completely with you. That is not the right call in that position. The defender has every right to the football, just like the receiver. He's just trying to get in position to pick it off, and he gets thrown to the ground.
Unless something happened earlier while the ball was in the air as Gray gets the carry, but I mean, he was putting his arms back. It's a terrible missed call.
It's also a poor throw by Spencer Rattler. Just putting it up there.
I mean, he's not even touching him. He's completely shoved back by Hazelwood. It's a complete missed call that maybe, who knows, might cost Tulane the game. Tulane's got the ball at the 30-yard line with 7 minutes to go if they don't throw that flag. Yes, you still got to score 2 touchdowns, but now Oklahoma could put it away with a score. Brooks dropped in the backfield. Darius Hodges with a tackle for a loss.
That's that counter you talked about earlier, Tom.
Yep.
Pull the backside guard and tackle, and the penetration gets there by Darius Hodges. Set up 3rd and long situation. If they can hold them to a field goal here, it stays a 2-possession game.
But still, that phantom pass interference call against Tulane on an interception. Rattler off play action. Ball is caught. Ball pops up into the air. They're going to rule it a catch and a fumble or an incompletion. They say incomplete. So it'll be 4th down, and here comes Burkich, who is 4 for 4 today on field goals.
Pads popping out here for this Tulane defense. See Woods come down with it.
What do you think? Catch or no catch?
I don't think it was a catch. I think Kerr dislodged the football before he completed the process of the catch. Well done by a Johnny Kerr. Knocking that ball loose and preventing the touchdown.
So a 31-yard try by Burkich. Make it a 15-point game. Oh, and he misses that one. After making a 56-yarder, a 51-yarder, and a 55-yarder, he hooks a 31-yarder, and it's Tulane ball down 12 with 5 minutes to go. wipe that out, but a missed field goal then by the Sooners, so it stays a 12-point deficit. But it did cost Tulane 2 minutes at about 10 yards of field position. Pratt wide open is James, the tight end, again, and it's a first down, pickup of 12.
Expect Tulane to pick up the pace of play here, get on the football as this clock ticks under 5 minutes.
They need 2 touchdowns. Down 12 points here, 4:50 to go. They do have all their timeouts. Pratt again to the air, over the middle, behind the receiver, but caught by Wyatt. Another first down. The clock will stop as they reset the chains, and in 2 plays, they're out to midfield.
Outstanding competitive catch, going behind his body, through the contact, making the catch for the true freshman, Shea Wyatt.
Willie Fritz on the last score elected to go for 2. They didn't get it. Had they just kicked the extra point, maybe just get a field goal here. Get yourself in field goal range. Try to get the onside kick. Dump it off across the middle to Wyatt, who scoots out of play after a pickup of about 6 into Oklahoma territory.
As Oklahoma rolls out yet another full 4 new fresh bodies on the defensive line, trying to generate some kind of pass rush as Tulane quickly on the move.
Second and 5. Pratt finds some running room off that left side, slides after he gets the first down. It's where the ball is when you start that slide, but he's still got enough to move the chains to the 45 of Oklahoma. 4 minutes to go. But if you don't start hurrying here, you might be left, if you do score, having to get the onside kick. Now we have a stoppage of play. They might look at that.
Play is under further review
To see if when he started that slide, if he had the first down. 47 to go. Now they did overturn the ruling on the field. You can see here where he starts his slide. That's where he spot the ball. So yard and a half short. Third down and 2 in Oklahoma territory with all of its timeouts, down 12, needing 2 touchdowns. Big hole off the left side of that offensive line for Carroll. First down. The clock will stop to reset the chains inside the 40.
Time of the essence. Michael Pratt got to do a good job of getting his offense, get the play set, get it called, get this ball snapped as quickly as possible.
3:20 and counting.
Not just 2 scores down, 2 touchdowns down after missing the failed 2-point conversion on the previous touchdown.
Pratt off play action, got a man. It's caught inside the 20-yard line. Down inside the 10 is Tolles, and it'll be first and goal. How about Pratt? This guy's been hit double-digit times, been injured a couple times, and he's standing in the pocket and throwing 30-yard completion.
He didn't hear no bell, and a dime right there as Woody Washington, good coverage, but a better throw and catch from Pratt to Tolles.
So first and goal. Spears gets the call here, wrapped up at the 5 by Guebu. And Graham, clock is moving, 2:45 and counting, second and goal.
What a dart, guys. Unbelievable. The perseverance and the toughness. You know, he talked about physical attributes with Michael Pratt, just a freshman again, but the mental toughness today has been astounding.
Well, how about the whole team? Again, practicing in Birmingham all week after having to evacuate New Orleans. This game originally was at Yulman Stadium on campus. Pratt from the pocket, throws complete, upended at the 1, into the end zone is Wallace. Touchdown Tulane. The green wave ain't done yet. That was an 8-play, 80-yard drive in less than 3 minutes. The extra point is good. And
Absolutely.
Glover will kick it off, setting up here for the onside kick. Let's see what they do. And it's touched initially by Oklahoma, but then 3 Tulane players jump in there, led by Larry Brooks, and Tulane's got the ball.
Wow.
They recover the eyes. And here they are in Norman with an opportunity to win the game. Pratt off play action, in trouble, forced out of the pocket, got outside the pocket and throws it away, so no grounding. It'll be second and 10.
Good inside pressure there by the defensive tackle, Perion Winfrey. Haven't called his name many times today, but a timely pressure forcing the out of bounds throw by Michael Pratt.
Tulane needs to be methodical here, guys. They don't need to get greedy.
You can still run the ball, too, in this situation.
Yep.
Have your timeouts. They'll throw it here. Pratt. And through the hands of Carroll. Would have been a short gain, but incomplete. 3rd and 10. Tulane is 0-37-1 all time against top 5 teams. Last time they beat a top 10 team, 1973. They beat a top 25 team last year, Army. That's the first time in 30 years they've beaten a ranked team. That tells you how far this program has come under Willie Fritz. Can they knock off the Sooners on the road? They got to make something happen here, though, on 3rd and 10. Pressure coming off the edge. Pratt is hit, and he's sacked. Dragged down by Nick Benito. 4th down. Timeout, Tulane. All right, let's check in with Kevin before we have 4th down. All right, guys, appreciate it. 4th and 13. What do we expect here? Obviously, Oklahoma knows what's coming. So if you're Tulane, how do you come up with something creative enough to keep the drive going?
Well, I expect Alex Grinch going to try to bring some pressure. We've seen them be able to get home these last couple of plays, and you see a lot of man-to-man coverage these spots from Oklahoma defensively. So try to run some kind of man beater here, Lugs, if you're Tulane, and give Michael Pratt an opportunity to locate a target down the field.
Well, and you got to be careful, Dusty. If you decide to bring pressure and you go cover 0, you have nobody to account for the quarterback. And if the quarterback sees the open door, the backs to the Oklahoma defenders will be turned. So I don't think they go all out 0. They might bring some games and pressure up front.
Correct.
But if you're Tulane on offense and you're Willie Fritz and that offensive staff, everybody has to get at least a yard behind the line to gain.
Definitely not cover 0, but
Tulane is 3 for 3 on 4th down in this half. 4 for 5 overall, but this is a big ask. 4th and 13 for Michael Pratt, who has thrown 3 touchdown passes and run for a score. Frankly, he's outplayed Spencer Rattler. Does he have one more magic trick in his bag here on 4th down? Flushed out of the pocket, being chased. Got to get rid of it. He breaks a tackle, dives. We'll see where they spot it. He's short. They mark him short by a yard. Pratt lost his helmet, too. There was a hit, it looked like, after he was down. Perrion Winfrey was on top of him, then got shoved. There's no penalty flag, but I think Tulane's upset about that Winfrey was on top of Pratt after the play. But it is Oklahoma ball. A yard short.
The field is that the runner was short of the line of gain. Ball will be turned over on downs. 1st down, Oklahoma.
Let's see what Oklahoma does. They just keep it on the ground here. And Brooks with running room across midfield and a huge play on 1st down. Great job up front to spring Brooks for about 8 yards. Timeout Tulane, 1 remaining. A real tall order now for that Tulane defense to try to keep Oklahoma from getting that 1st down. And if they do, the game basically is over. Let's answer the Aflac trivia question. So, how many championships? You hit it since the Big 12 started play in 1996.
3 is the right number. I was thrown off because we had Nebraska win championships, I believe, in 94, 95, 97. So when it said it was formed in 94, but they didn't start playing until 96, that was where I initially thought 5. But if you go from 96, clearly 3 the correct answer.
Definitely a little bit of a trick question there on week 1 here. They're trying to test us.
That Oklahoma math gets Dusty every time.
All right, so here comes Rattler and company. 2nd down and 2. 1 timeout left for Tulane. So a 1st down for the Sooners ends this one for all intents and purposes. Brooks gets the carry, gets the 1st down inside the 40-yard line. So it looks like the Sooners will escape, but was not easy to close out this Tulane team here today.
Not easy whatsoever. Inspired effort. Nice piece of running there. Jump cut, good vision, and then the explosiveness through the hole to get a much needed first down to ice this game away. But man, Oklahoma was in a fist fight. Find a way to win the game, which at the end of the day, that's the object of this. But how can you not walk away and really respect this Tulane Green Wave football team, all the things they've been through, and to come in here with a crazy week and to play the way that they have, an inspired brand of football, just speaks to the job Willie Fritz has done since he's taken over that job.
Rattler takes a knee. He'll do it one more time. Tulane not going to use, or they will use a timeout there. Okay. So last timeout by Tulane, and 2 snaps away from victory for Oklahoma. Let's go to Kevin. All right, so we talked to Kevin about Tulane, and the Americans got to watch out. This is a good Tulane team. But if you're an Oklahoma fan, how concerned are you? Because there were people talking national championship before today. Does this change?
I think everybody's been talking national championship. I mean, look, there's a lot of things that need to get cleaned up, need to get corrected. I think it starts with Spencer Rattler, had some throws that have you kind of scratching your head. And then defensively, clearly, Alex Grinch not going to be happy when he goes back and looks at this tape. They found a way to win this football game. There's going to need to be massive improvement from this week as they move forward if they're going to reach the aspirations that they have for this season.
Well, you know what, guys? Let's go back to the 2014 season. If you recall, Ohio State gets throttled by Virginia Tech in week 1. Dave, if you remember, you and I had Virginia Tech the following week versus East Carolina. Lincoln Riley was the offensive coordinator. East Carolina beats Virginia Tech. Fast forward to the end of the year, Ohio State's a national champion on their 3rd quarterback.
Well, it's still possible, Luke. The goals are still out there in front of them. But
you bet.
This is going to be clearly a tape that Lincoln Riley, Alex Grinch, all these coaches on this staff use as a teaching tool and a way to get better. Because after watching this today, Oklahoma not clearly where they need to be.
Well, again, you could make the case that their Heisman Trophy favorite was outplayed today by Michael Pratt, who had more touchdown passes. Now, Pratt did have the fumbles, but no interceptions. Rattler threw 2. But Oklahoma wins, so you'd rather be able to sit there and critique your team in victory rather than losing a game at home against an unranked team. For Dusty Dvorak, Tom Luganville, Dave Pasch saying so long from Norman.